everyone, this is Kerry from Your Level Best, and today we're going to do another slow cooker dish. This is actually the slow cooker Indian inspired chicken stew. So I'm doing another slow cooker recipe because of course it's easy. We've been busy lately and I wanted something that had really nice flavor and was easy to do. And of course, I adjusted the original recipe from Better Homes and Gardens to be more friendly to our diet. So let me go over what we have. And by the way, it's Indian inspired. If you ever use curry powder is something that was invented by the British to give the flavor of Indian dishes. It's not actually something that Indians use. They actually use a spice mix called masala, and that masala can change depending on what kind of curry, which another British word, you're doing. So this is Indian inspired, so folks who are from India, no, I understand this is not a authentic Indian dish, but I think it'll taste good no matter if you're Indian or not. So let me go over the ingredients. So I have some simple ingredients in front of me. I have some pumpkin. This adds some vitamin A to the recipe. And it also helps with the texture of like tomato sauce. I also have some carrots and I have some onions. Of course, the carrots add some vitamin A. I've got some red bell pepper here in front of me, and this also adds vitamin C. It gives a little bit of a fresh tomato taste without using tomatoes. I've got some canned, drained, low sodium garbanzo beans or chickpeas, depending on what you like to call them. I also have a spice mix here. I do have some curry powder, some ground ginger, some salt, and some pepper. And I have a bay leaf, some garlic. I also have a little bit of chicken stock and some chicken thighs. Now, I am using chicken thighs, and this is dark meat chicken as well as a little bit higher fat content. Don't be afraid of using a little bit of fat in your recipes because fat is actually very good for you. A lot of people are still on that notion that, oh my God, don't use any fat. You need to have some fat in your diet. It also helps with moving things along, I shall say. I know we're doing a cooking segment here, but you need enough fat in your diet for your digestive system to work properly. And also, chicken thighs are very economical. They're one of the cheapest cuts. You can only go cheaper by buying a whole chicken and cutting it up yourself. But I don't always have time to do that, but this is probably one of the next most economical cuts. And I also have some spinach and a little bit of lime juice. The spinach and the lime juice are going to go in at the end because this is quick cooking and you don't want the lime juice to dissipate, because if you add it in the beginning, you won't get that acidic bite at the end. So really, this is a very simple dish to put together. So I'm going to go ahead and put everything in my slow cooker, and I'll show you what that looks like in just a minute. So I'll go ahead and lift the lid, and I'm going to add my chicken to the bottom here, and I'll put in my garbanzo beans. And of course, I will put in my red bell pepper. And it looks like Tony has just gotten up this morning. So if you hear a little bit of noise in the background, he's just coming down the stairs. And of course, I will put in my onions and carrots, as well as my pumpkin. Now I'm going to stir this up a little bit so that it's all well mixed here. Just a little bit. You don't need to stir it up too much. And now I'm going to add my spices. I'm going to add my garlic, and of course my bay leaf. And I'll stir this up a little bit, make it a little easier so I don't end up with chunks of seasoning here. And I'm going to put that in over, and I will stir this up a little bit, just so that the seasoning gets around and everything. And finally, I'm going to add my chicken broth and pour that right over the top. So, it looks like I've got a lot of stuff in the way here. So I've got everything in the crock pot here, and of course, I'll put the lid on. And you can set this on low for 8 hours, or you can set this on high for 4 to 5 hours, depending on how much time you have. And I'll show you what this looks like when it's done. Hello everyone, and welcome back. It's been 8 hours, and oh, the smell in the house is just amazing. And the dish is done. What I've done in the meantime, I shredded the chicken inside of the crock pot, and then I also added the spinach. The last thing that I haven't added yet is the lime juice. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to lift the cover, and I'm going to add the lime juice to this. Stir it up. Oh boy, this looks really good. And then what I'm going to do is serve this up over some brown rice. Typically we do brown rice in our house because it's a whole grain. It's lower in calorie than white rice, and it also adds a little bit of protein. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. I'll move my rice out of the way. I used a half cup of rice, just so you know how much rice is in the bowl. So I'm going to take a scoop of this so that you can actually see how beautiful this looks. Oh, wow. Does that ever look good? You have the chicken thighs that are beautifully shredded and braised in their liquid. You have some of the chickpeas that you can see are garbanzo beans. You can see some of the red bell pepper. The onions have cooked down. The spinach is wilted. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to eat this today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and serve this up for our family tonight for dinner. And hopefully you go to our website and check out the recipe and the changes that I made and try this yourself. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you next time.